don't give up on the end goal. And sometimes you may get rerouted. That's something I learned. Like, you don't need alcohol all the time. Like, even this month, I'm not drinking. But I do love my coffee. That I can't give up, people. I feel good, though. Like, this is the first time in my life where I really, and I've been saying this for the past month, but I feel great. You know, I really feel internally good inside. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Bianca B, and welcome back to the Bianca B Show, where we talk about business, finances, and friendships. So this video is a little bit different. It's included with the Vlogmas, but I wanted to incorporate the podcast because I've been really focused on Vlogmas that I haven't been uploading on the podcast. So I wanted to do like a mixture of both this week, just so you guys can still, listen and tune in if you're on your way to work. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, and things like that. So today I wanted to kind of just recap 2023 and the things that I learned this year and some advice and tips that I can share with you guys. And so I just kind of want to get started. The first thing is manifestation works. This year I manifested so much in my life. From the job that I currently have. It'll be a year in January, and I'm just so proud of myself for not giving up on, my dreams and being in the film industry and being a booking producer. Like, I'm so happy that I pivot back into this industry just because I kind of found my purpose. And sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes you need to take a break to realize, okay, what am I supposed to do in life? What is the next? And don't give up on the end goal. And sometimes you may get rerouted. And, last year I was a flight attendant. I never thought that I would ever do that ever in my life. And last year I decided, to keep applying for film jobs. And I ended up getting a film job. And this year I'm very happy of that accomplishment. It was a network that I had been applying to since 2020. So, it's crazy how life works. And sometimes you need to take a break to realize what your purpose is. And so if I could give you guys any advice, is just keep going and sometimes take a break because you may get rerouted. But as long as the journey is still the same, it's still the same. The next thing I learned this year is continue to do those passions. I know it kind of goes into my first bullet point, but continue on your passions. This was the year that I relaunched the Bianca B Show as a podcast, and I'm just so happy and grateful for all the people I've interviewed throughout this past year. There's people that I wrote down, and I'm just very happy that people took their time out to be a part of it, even if it was digitally or virtually. I'm super grateful for all the people I've interviewed. I really went into beast mode from April up until, now. So it is, incredible just to have people that, I watched on TV or built relationships with, to have them on my platform and them taking out 20 minutes of their time. So that I am grateful for. Something I also realized this year is that you don't need to be in a big city to be successful. And I think last year being a flight attendant taught me that there's so many other cool places besides New York and LA, Atlanta, Miami. There's still so many dope places in the world that you don't need to be in a big city to be successful. You can really use your market and leverage off your market, and build a fan base. You don't need to be in a big city. So that is something I learned this year. I'm very proud of putting out my third book. That was the best thing ever. I felt like a chapter was closed in my life. I felt like I ended my 20s with a fucking bang. And I should be very proud of myself for putting out 3 books. You know what I'm saying? And so that really, I was happy that I did that. It was very therapeutic to just get out all my feelings. And I'm very proud of this book, and I'm just happy with the people that purchased it. I'm grateful for. I would have to say, in the beginning of this year, I was definitely a homebody, and towards my 30th, November and December, I'm glad I'm getting outside more. because I can go into my own little shell and be a true introvert. I'm like an introvert and an extrovert. I can kind of go into my shell. And so I'm happy like these last 2 months that I've been around people that is a good vibe and good energy. I feel like, you know, you should be outside more and you should be around people that have good vibes and match your energy. And so like that is something that I learned this year, is just like, you don't have to be a homebody, Bianca. Like, go outside. I learned this year that you don't need alcohol and substances to, you know, turn up and have a good time. Like, you don't need alcohol. Like, that's something I learned. Like, I don't need liquor to turn up. Like, of course, it's a different version of Bianca when you have, you know, alcohol. But I did like 8 months without any alcohol. Like, from like December of last year. Well, I drank for New Year's, but New Year's going into like June or July, I didn't drink. So that was dope that I had the discipline to not be able to do that. Like, that's something I learned. Like, you don't need alcohol all the time. Like, even this month, I'm not drinking. But I do love my coffee. That I can't give up, people. Or I'll be dead every single second of the day. The next thing is I learned that people can disappoint you, especially the people that you love. You know, it's heartbreaking when people leave your life, but I've learned that people have their seasons, and that's something I also learned this year. Yeah, like one good friend of mine, like our whole dynamic changed randomly, and that was kind of disappointing, but at the end of the day, people go their separate ways in life, and that's okay. Another thing I learned is that I should have went to the Beyonce concert. That I regret this year. I regret not going to the Beyonce concert. I did experience, you know, watching her film, and so that was pretty dope, but I wish I would have went to her concert. I do regret not doing that this year. I learned that consistency is key. Like, just keep being consistent. Like, keep thriving and keep just being consistent on what it is that you want to do. Like, I love YouTube. I love creating. It's very therapeutic for me. So this I love doing. Like, I love recording. I love vlogging. And, you know, I try to be as consistent as possible. And so that's important to me. So I really learned about consistency and discipline this year. Be cautious of your body and who you let inside of you. That's something that I learned this year. And just going to the doctor and just being aware of your health. That's very important to me now. Like, now I'm in a space of making sure I go to the doctor, making sure I'm healthy. Like, that is the most important thing to me, especially turning 30. Like, I was like, no, I need to be scheduling appointments every couple of months and just, you know, being aware of my health. So that's something like I learned this year that I'm going into 2024 is just like being very cautious of my health. This year I also learned that don't think that you're better than everybody. Like, you know, New York is a very cutthroat place, and like what bothers me is like people that don't speak. That really bothers me. Like, people who don't speak and like who don't have manners, like that really annoys me. And so if I could tell you guys anything, is just like, don't think that you're better than anybody, because somebody that you think that may be lower than you may end up being your boss in the future. You never know. So just be kind to people. Like, sometimes this city, like, people so fucking rude and caught up in their own head that they don't like respect other people. And I think that that's something that like really bothers me about living here. It's just the manners. Like, I love that I came from where I come from and like grew up the way that I did with respect and manners, because a lot of people don't have it. And so if I learned anything this year, it's like, don't think that you're better than anybody. And the last thing is, turning 30 is not bad. I still feel the same. I do feel a slight difference of like maturity, but I feel good though. Like, this is the first time in my life where I really, and I've been saying this for the past month, but I feel great. You know, I really feel internally good inside, and I hadn't felt that way in a very long time. So, Needless to say, 2023 taught me so many incredible things. I met so many amazing people. And I'm just happy for 2024 and what it's going to bring. And so, yeah, make sure you guys go grab my book, shopbiancab.com, and subscribe and like and share and comment below what you learned this year. Bye, guys.